Hi guys, just coming to you from day 4. I don't know, you lose track of time out here, so I think it's day 4. Another hard slog today. So started with pretty decent downhill. Sorry, I've got bugs all in my tent. I'm just trying to get rid of them because they're attracted to the light. So yeah, started with the downhill, which was pretty decent. Then we to a river crossing, which was a log river crossing, so it wasn't actually a river crossing. And then we went up this pretty decent hill. It was literally the side of a waterfall, so you're walking up the waterfall. So you're walking up through rocks and pebbles and wet, and then we had an almighty climb up to a fogey. There's 2 fogies. It's a fogey 1 or a fogey 2. So that was a fogey 1. Oh god, it was hard. It was really trying. So, and then you go downhill to a fogey 2, which wasn't too bad. And then from there you've got a pretty decent up, and I'm talking a decent up. So this was to Mission Ridge Brigade Hill. So at one point they had chain drilled into the walls, which I'll put a photo up when I load these up, guys, onto Instagram or YouTube and stuff like that. I'll try and put photos when I'm loading them, so you can sort of get a context of what I'm uploading. Of what I'm talking about. So they had chain that you hang on to, because literally you would fall to your death, and it was like massive fall. It was steep, and the track was only about 400 mil wide. I'm feeling very tired today. So then we went from there. We then went and had a service on Brigade Hill, and Glenn asked me to speak. It was really emotional. So I did a little speech and just a poem called I Am, and it's about Australia. So I couldn't start it without crying, but then I was fine. So I read the first verse and I started getting a bit upset. I just gathered my thoughts and sort of went again and read the remaining of it. It was really emotional. The boys sung their national anthem. We tried to sing ours. They were much better at it than we were. And we just had a moment of reflection. It's just really sad. Like, these poor boys, what they went through these 6 months. Like, we're doing it in 7 days, and we have every potion, pill thing to cover all ailments. And they had nothing. They had no food, they had no shelter, they had no drugs, they had nothing. And the fact that the Australian government doesn't, or only recently started to recognise this, is disgusting. It's beyond, like, you just can't even fathom it, really. So, I don't know. Honestly, I believe that something more should be done to honour what sacrifice they made over here, because unless you are doing it, you have no real idea of how rough and hard it is. From there we had our lunch, and then we started our descent. 3 hours of descent, and it was the edge of the cliff. It was tough. I literally turned a corner and started, like, every time I'd turn a corner I'd go, ah, because it was just never ending. But it did. It ended, and it ended in a beautiful river crossing, which we crossed the logs, and then I literally went for a swim because I was so hot and exhausted, and sort of had a bit of a bath, and then come up, and then we had another climb up to Minari, which we're in tonight. So Minari is where we are tonight. The boys, if you can't hear, the boys are outside watching the State of Origin, or listening to it at least. So I believe Queensland's up, but yeah. Anyway, I guess I'll have to listen to that for a little bit more. So tomorrow we start from Nari, and we've got pretty steep incline up to the Gap. It's then flat, then we've got a bit of a decline, and then we're in the swamp. So we actually cross a river tomorrow, no log. So we're crossing it with just a rope and the porters. This will be interesting. And then we trudge through the swamps for about 2 hours, have some lunch, and then we'll head up to the Nine Falls Peaks, but we're only doing a section of them. So we're staying in Nauru tomorrow night, and then once we do the section, we'll stay there, and then we'll do the other section the following morning, which breaks it up, which is Glenn seems to think is a little bit better. However, on the Friday we do have Imita Ridge, I believe, which will be one hell of a slog. Saturday was only meant to be an hour trekking, but I believe we're going to be doing about 4 hours, only because we lost a complete day. So we've actually done really well to make up the time, considering, but if you see the amount of kilometres and steps we've done, it's absolutely massive, and I'll put that up as well. So I'll put that up on the link. Yeah, that's about it. Minari's got the best toilets and shower today, so still obviously long drop toilets and shower is outside, but it was all closed in. It had a seat, you could put your stuff, it had pebbles, and it was, yeah, amazing compared to what we have had. We just had a pipe hanging out of a cliff, or a pipe hanging with one bit of tarp around it. Yeah, it's been really interesting. But I'm also going to do, when I get back, I believe, I don't think I'm going to do it out here, I'm going to go through a packing list of what I took, and then I'm going to go through a packing list of what I think you should take, so that I'll upload that. But yeah, I'll run through that a bit more later. Alright guys, well, I'll check out. I'm going to go to bed, and up at 5 tomorrow for a 6:15. We've got 15 minutes extra. Woo! Yeah, so then we're on to our third last day. So 2 big days and 1 shorter day. Alright guys, I will talk to you later. Thank you.